We are very happy to present our guest at Selena Immigration Channel. Welcome back, Mr. Alvin. It is always good to see you again, even though we have already met in January and in March this year. Today, we have here with us Mr. Alvin Wong, COO of Manhattan Regional Center.
Always a pleasure to be back in the beautiful city of Seoul. Thank you for having me today.
Mr. Alvin, would you please introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Alvin Wong, Chief Operating Officer at Manhattan Regional Center, and I'm based out of our California office in the United States.
Manhattan Regional Center is a company that facilitates EB-5 investment immigration. Please tell us, what is a regional center's role in the EB-5 immigration process?
Yes, well, since its approval by the USCIS in January of 2011, Manhattan Regional Center has successfully helped hundreds of EB-5 investors across the world with their EB-5 process by providing attractive projects in New York City. Under the leadership of its management member, David Marks, a prolific New York City real estate developer, attorney, and financier with over 30 years of experience, MRC has a world-class team of seasoned professionals from the immigration law, banking, accounting, financing, and construction, development, and management sectors, working closely together to achieve immigration and investment success for its investors.
Thank you. According to USCIS, as of April this year, there are 640 approved regional centers in the United States. What would be the strength of MRC has over other regional centers you want the investors to know?
Yes, well, off the top of my head, I think there are quite a few that distinguish us. We, of course, help our investors to achieve their two main EB-5 investment goals, which is number one, to successfully obtain their U.S. green card, and number two, obtain a return of their capital investment at the end of a successful completion of their project. Now, one of the points that we are very unique in the industry is that we have an experienced immigration attorney as the CEO of our regional center.
Winnie?
Yes, that's right, Ms. Winnie Ng. Ms. Winnie Ng really does put the best interests of our investors as our priority. During her time as an EB-5 investment attorney, she saw so many different projects, and she saw a lack of transparency in the investment process, which didn't work to the benefit of the investors. So when she was brought in to oversee Manhattan Regional Centers, she insisted on making EB-5 investment process as transparent as possible. And by arming the investors with information that they otherwise could not have access to, it makes them feel safe. And to this very day, transparency remains one of our regional center's core values. Second unique point about our regional center is that well before the Reform and Integrity Act of 2022 required it, we brought in the services of an independent third-party fund administrator and also to act as our loan enforcement officer. As a vertically integrated regional center, which means our developer is also the regional center's managing member, we make things easier by retaining control of certain project-related decisions, and it makes decision-making process easier and more efficient. However, investors could also view this as potentially having conflicts of interest with this type of structure. And so bringing on an experienced independent third-party fund administrator provides external oversight on the project and ensures the interests of our investors. And we had this well before the law required it. So that's a very special point that I would say we pioneer in the industry with.
Right. In a way, you initiated this transparency movement that is followed by USCIS later on.
We like to think so, and that's certainly something Winnie is proud to tell people. She brought this in, and so we're happy that she's our CEO. She maintains this strong focus on transparency and investor protections.
That's very nice. I am very proud of what Winnie did.
Yeah.
And MRC did. Now we are about to learn about a special EB EB5 project Manhattan Regional Center is offering. Please tell us about the project.
Yeah, so today I'm very excited to be sharing with you and your viewers about our New York Manhattan 11th Avenue Marriott Tribute Portfolio Hotel project. It is a 52-floor, 379 guest room hotel located in Central Business District of Midtown Manhattan, which is right next to the Hudson Yards area. It is located right across the street from the world-famous Jacob Javits Center and has a very unique glass facade and building profile that will redefine the New York City skyline.
I can't wait to see it completed and it shines in the sky of New York. If I remember correctly, MRC successfully raised EB5 investors' funds for the 11th Avenue Marriott project in 2019. Is this the same project?
Yes, this is the same building as we had in the first phase, we call phase 1 of the 11th Avenue project. However, this time with phase 2, what we've done is we've upgraded the brand of the hotel, as well as redone some exterior designs, like the glass facade I mentioned earlier. And overall, this new construction creates more jobs, which allows us to invite more EB5 investors to become part of our special hotel project.
11th Avenue Marriott Tribute Hotel was a sensationally popular project in 2019 in Korea. Mr. Alvin, what would you say makes the 11th Avenue Marriott project a very popular project? I
think, among the other things, we have a very strong hotel brand, the Marriott brand, behind this project, which is great. It's amazing location, in New York City, right across from the Jacob Javits Center, great for business and for cash flow. It is a TEA qualified project, very rare in big cities like New York City,
right?
That are TEA qualified. And so this very rare and unique offering in the EB5 market today is what we're very happy to be sharing with your audience about.
How many EB5 investors have invested in the 11th Avenue Marriott project by the time MRC closed the EB5 fundraising in 2019?
In our first phase, we were able to accommodate 132 investors.
Oh, now in the phase 2, MRC is raising additional EB5 investors. Could you please explain the background or the reason why MRC is doing it?
Oh, certainly. So when Marriott looked at the location of this project, it did an analysis and felt that it would be a great location for a premium branded hotel like a Tribute. And so they worked with our developer to refine the building design. What happened was they added more floors. We went from 41 to 52.
11 more.
Yes. They increased the overall number of guest rooms, added full-service amenities as well, like ballrooms, full-service restaurants, private boardrooms, all these high-end amenities. All this will help satisfy the demand for premium hotel accommodations in this very desirable part of New York City and increases the overall profitability of the project. Now, because of the design changes, more money will be spent, and that allows our EB5 investors to take advantage of this increased jobs created in the process.
How many additional EB5 investors may invest in the 11th Avenue project for this phase 2?
So for phase 2, we were looking for 123 new investors globally. At this point, we have already secured over half of that. And so
secured
right now,
meaning they have wired the
Yes, that's right. They've wired, they've subscribed. So we've accepted more than half of the 123 already.
So the half of the numbers have a chance to invest right now. So what countries do you expect you will raise the investment from?
Well, right now we have investors from all over the world. We have China, Taiwan, Koreans, of course, Vietnamese, Indian, and we even have one from Russia.
All those countries you mentioned, they have been very active in EB5 investment. How many do you think South Korean investors would be able to invest in this project?
Right now, we are a good half of them.
30.
Yeah.
30 spots left.
Probably.
Then you would expect this project fundraising to be closing soon.
Yes, we actually anticipate that due to the demand, we will see our final subscriber before the end of this year.
We know the location of the project, as you mentioned, is one of the utmost strengths of the project. I understand the calculation to determine the TA could be very complex. 11th Avenue project is located in the most proper spot of Manhattan. Yet it still qualifies as a TA. Some investors wonder how this is possible. Please share with us how.
Yeah, I'd love to. So we work with very prominent economist Baker Tilly to do a thorough analysis on the location of our projects and its qualification for the Targeted Employment Area or TEA status. Now, using their data obtained from the US government, we know that as long as the census tract that a project is on has unemployment levels of 150% or more than the national average, it qualifies for the TEA status. As of June 27th, 2022, Baker Tilly reports that using a 5-year average of the ACS data, which is the data set that they find, the 11th Avenue Tribute Hotel project continues to qualify for TEA status, meaning investors can invest in this amazing project for the lower price of $800,000. We do not anticipate any changes to the status.
Wonderful. When did the project start construction and how close is it from completion?
Well, the project broke ground in October of 2017 with phase 1. Currently, its superstructure is already topped out and on track to be completed by its scheduled completion date.
When do you expect the building to be complete and hotel to be operating?
The hotel is on pace to become operational by February of 2025.
Oh, only 2 years left.
That's right.
Seeing is believing, they say. Selena Immigration CEOs and a few staff visited Manhattan this January. You showed us around New York City, MRC headquarters, and other MRC projects. We also visited the 11th Avenue project. The structure of the building at the time seemed to be all done. By the way, there is a completion guarantee for this building, right?
Absolutely. There is a completion guarantee protecting our EB5 investors in this project. The guarantee is provided by the developer via its construction firm, which is also owned by the developer, meaning investors can be comforted in knowing that the jobs needed to support their EB5 petitions will be created when the hotel is complete.
Oh, I saw most of the structures are up this January, so I look forward to completion of the building. The number of the jobs is a critical element for our investors' green cards. How many jobs have been created so far and are expected to have created by the time of the completion?
So this project will have created all of the jobs required by USCIS to support the EB5 investors for both phases, including the direct jobs requirements required by the RIA 2022. As of April 2023, all the jobs for the 132 investors in our phase 1 have been created. And there are even enough jobs created for 33 of our phase 2 investors already.
Now let's talk about the exit strategy. What are the source of the monies 11th Avenue Marriott Tribute project intends to use to pay back the EB5 investors? Are these strategies practicable and feasible? Please tell us.
So as he has done over his 30-plus year career in real estate development, our developer builds his projects, then refinances them with traditional financial institutions, and continues to own and operate them. So his plan for the 11th Avenue Tribute Hotel project will be the same. And given all of the factors of what makes this project so desirable, we have no doubt that he will have just as successful in refinancing this project with the traditional lenders.
Mr. Alvin, my last question. You have worked with several Korean immigration agencies since 2019. I guess every company has its own characteristics. Please share with us your experience working with Selena Immigration, hopefully a good one.
Yeah, of course. We've worked with Selena Immigration for several years now and found your team to be very professional and knowledgeable. You're very thorough in conducting due diligence on projects that you choose to work with, and you're only willing to offer your investors the safest options. You ask the hard questions. That helps you to explain all the things that your investors need to know to make a smart decision. We share a common goal of ensuring that our investors' best interests are given the highest priority. And that makes working with your team such a pleasure because we have something in common. We are all working towards the same goal. And MRC is very, very proud to be working alongside such a team of professionals in the immigration space in Korea, which helps bring the best EB5 solutions to the investors in this market. We know that by choosing to work with Selena, your investors will not be disappointed and they'll be in safe hands.
Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you very much for being with us today, and we look forward to many more days working together.
Likewise.